today's video, we are ranking the men's aesthetic exercises barbell only. In my last video, I did the women's aesthetics. It's the hourglass shape. Today we are doing a V taper / maybe X taper shape because we don't want chicken legs around here. So what that means is big shoulders, a big wide back, and a tiny waist. Obviously other aesthetics included. Having big forearms is fucking nice. Having veins and being vascular is nice, but the basic aesthetics. First we have barbell squats. Like I was saying, you still want to have good fucking legs. You don't want to have chicken legs. You want to have strong, athletic legs. But you're not going to go too extreme bodybuilder legs where you're wobbling or fucking waddling when you walk. You know what I'm saying? But still, big legs are aesthetic as fuck. Up next we have the barbell bench press. A tier as well. The only reason why it's not higher, it is a big compound lift, but you don't get the full stretch because the bar is straight. Now if this was a cambered bar or dumbbells, then it would be an S tier, but that's not the case. Up next we have rag pulls, also A tier. This exercise is really good for developing your traps. Your traps won't make your back wider, but it'll make you look way more intimidating. You know, just having to fight a dude with massive traps is more intimidating than a fucking pro fighter with no traps and 145 pounds. So even though the dude would beat my ass most likely, unless his ground game is complete shit. Yeah. It's great for intimidating. Not great for aesthetics. I mean, to me, it's aesthetic as fuck, but for the V taper, it doesn't really contribute. Up next, we have overhead squats. This is going to go into D tier. If you want to do squats, do squats. If you want to do OHP, do OHP, unless you're very limited on time. But I don't know, it just seems like a goofy exercise. Maybe if you're training for Olympic lifts, then yeah, do the overhead squats. It might help. I don't know though. Up next we have standing OHP. This is gonna go into S tier. This shit is fucking great. Right? It also works your abs. Abs are aesthetic as fuck too, but like most guys, when you start out, all you want is abs and a bicep vein. But unfortunately, you realize you gotta have pretty low body fat percentages, which will ruin your overall gains. So my advice to my younger self would be, don't worry about abs, just worry about training, eating, and sleeping right. The abs will come. Up next we have wide stance squats. Same thing, A tier. If you have the mobility to do it, you'll build more of your adductors and inner legs. So it's a great exercise. Up next we have barbell hip thrusts. It's also an A tier. That's very shocking because it's like, oh, glutes, that's not aesthetic. Actually, it's going to be in B tier. But your glutes are so fucking powerful. You cannot produce a powerful punch without strong fucking glutes. Super athletic. It's the most athletic muscle. That and hamstrings. But it's not too aesthetic. Like, you don't want to have a flat, saggy ass. But like, you want to have some decent cheeks, no homo, you know. So yeah, B tier. Up next we have incline bench press. This shit is going to be an S tier. If you do not have a developed upper chest, it looks like you have saggy titties. You want to have that upper shelf developed. It also builds your triceps and a little bit, well, yeah, your shoulders too. Honestly, it might be hard to feel your upper chest at first, but same with this. You build your triceps, your abs, shoulders, upper chest with this. It's an S tier. It's fucking amazing. You can't skip that shit. Up next, we have closed grip bench press. It's going to go in a B tier. Actually, it's going to go in A tier, number 1. You know, if you don't have access to cables and you still want to get some pretty beefy triceps, and this is all you have access to, obviously, do this shit. But you should build some decent triceps just from pressing, like incline bench press, OHP. But you won't maximize it by just doing those two. You want to get the full stretch, which you don't really get on closed grip. But this shit, it's a great exercise, A tier. Next we have easy barbell curls. This is gonna be an A tier. Same thing, you know. Having arms isn't the most aesthetic part, but if you're just like upper torso dominant with skinny fucking arms, like 14-inch arms, like it's like, bro, why? Like you still want to have big arms, but don't have a dedicated fucking arm day. You know what I'm saying? Throw it in at the end. Obviously, you won't maximize your gains by doing that, but that is fine. As long as you're causing some muscle growth and stimulus, that's all that matters. So yeah. Up next to the spider curls. I've never done this exercise. It's just kind of weird. You have no peak tension at the bottom. I'll put it in C tier because if you like it and it works for you, go ahead. But I'd rather do a preacher curl. So yeah. Up next we have the preacher curls. This is gonna go in A tier. Obviously, go lightweight. Don't fucking hurt yourself. We're gonna move this one down too. Don't fucking hurt yourself. You know, you've seen the videos of dudes tearing their biceps, the tendons. Go lightweight. Don't ego lift on this shit, or you'll be fucking absolutely humbled when you can't lift for a year because your biceps are fucking ripped. But yeah, if you go lightweight, chase the pump, this shit is fucking amazing. It's A tier. Up next we have box squats. This is gonna go in B tier. I haven't really done this exercise too much. I know some powerlifters use it to increase their strength, but this is an aesthetics tier list. You know, why do that when you can do squats? Unless you have some type of mobility issue, I don't see the need for it. Or if you're training for strength. Up next we have Romanian deadlift. It's also gonna be in fucking A tier. You know, number one in A tier. Having some aesthetic fucking hamstrings is nice, and it also builds your spinal erectors, which is also great. You know, having some nice big ass spinal erectors is aesthetic. It doesn't make width on the back, which is kind of why it's like an A tier, but hey, great fucking exercise. I would do it. Up next we have forearms. Forearms are really fucking aesthetic. The little plate roller and shit. It's gonna go in A tier, like I said. You know, it's kind of more of a bodybuilding isolation movement, but having some big forearms is super fucking aesthetic. But you can have big forearms and small shoulders and kind of just look weird, you know. You look like you just do some blue collar work, and that's why your forearms are huge. Like, yo, what the fuck do you do? Like, what are you, like a plumber or something, or a construction worker? No, bro, I just train my forearms at home. So yeah. A tier though. Having big forearms is great. I forget the name of this curl, but it's a curl where you lift up to your shoulder, like you curl and then do a front raise kind of. But this is gonna be an A tier because the bicep connects to your fucking elbow and your shoulder. Leroy Colbert grew the biggest fucking arms naturally, and this is one of the exercises he used. Obviously, genetics plays a big fucking role, but yeah, it's a great exercise. You'll feel a part of your bicep you ain't never felt before. Up next we have barbell rows. This shit is gonna go into A tier, number one in A tier. This shit is fucking great. You build your back. The only problem is you don't have a lot of stability, but you'll build your lower back up too. It's fucking great. It's actually I'm gonna put that in S tier. It's great. Up next we have the sill row. Now if you have the sill row, this shit's gonna be really fucking aesthetic because you get that full stretch without worrying about stability, blah blah blah, all that bullshit. So it's fucking great, but the only problem is having a bar that's cambered and a bench specifically designed to do this to get the full stretch is pretty fucking rare. So we're gonna knock that down. If you don't have access to this, obviously do barbell rows. You can still get a great stretch. Stand on a pad. Use lightweight. Don't just fucking like jerk the motion all the way through. So yeah. Up next we have standing barbell calf raises. This is gonna go into C tier. You don't want to skip your calves, but this isn't the best way to hit your calves. I'm actually gonna put it in D tier. It's It's hard to balance that shit. It's just not a good exercise for the calf muscle hypertrophy. So yeah, if it's all you have access to, obviously do it at least once a week. But you don't want to have small ass calves. Up next, you have the Zercher squat. I've never done this shit, but it's gonna go in B tier. I'm sure it has some benefits to it that I have not learned yet, which is a great, beautiful thing. I'm also learning with you guys. So, learn till I die. Fucking love this shit. So, I'm gonna put it in B tier. But just letting you know, I don't have a lot of knowledge on it. You see the jacked fucking roided out Russians do this shit. So, I don't know. I gotta learn about it more. Up next, you have safety bar squats, or the SSB. If you have access to this, it's gonna go number 1 A tier. Like I said, we don't want chicken legs around here. It's better on your wrists, shoulders, all that shit, and your knees too, because how the bar is placed. But if you don't have access to it, just do a normal barbell squat. But hey, if you have access to this shit, fucking use it. Up next, we have seated OHP. It's gonna go in fucking S tier. You don't get as much ab work with it, but you still build your shoulders, and you could probably go in more weight. Up next, we have deadlifts. I'm gonna put this shit in. Oh boy, just pure deadlifts. I'm gonna put it in C tier. Like C tier, but deadlifts is build my back and blah blah blah. It's you can get fucking snapped up on this shit very easily. It's a great exercise. It fucking works your whole body basically. It's just not the best. It's more of a powerlifting movement, and if you're looking for aesthetics, you don't want to look like a powerlifter. Strong as shit, but they're not aesthetic. So yeah, C tier. Unless it was a Romanian deadlift, then you'd be going lighter weight, focusing on the hamstrings, but that's not the case. With the deadlift, you pick it up and drop it. With that, you pick it up and do it for reps. So I'm going to put all the other curl variations in A tier. It's kind of just like whatever you prefer. Same with reverse curls if it's on here. I put some shit on here too many times. So yeah, any curl variation, A tier. Behind the back curls, I used to do this exercise a lot. This shit's great. It's also going to be in A tier. Well, B tier because of the fact that it's like, it's not super aesthetic. And you'll get to the point where going up in weight is just, I don't know. Yeah, we'll put it in A tier. Up next, we have barbell hip thrust. Oh, fuck. See, I already got this shit on here. B tier. Double it up, I guess. Up next, we have front raises. This exercise is pretty much slept on. It's going to go number 1 A tier. Obviously, you don't want to be like, oh, yeah, shoulders, front raises. I guess you can do it for a finisher, burning at the very end, but you need to focus on your presses. That was a mistake I made. All them fucking stupid ass fitness influencers like, oh, you don't need to do delt isolation. You already do it when you bench press. Fitness influencers are fucking just rotten. Up next, you have good mornings. It's also going to go in A tier. If doing Romanian deadlifts hurts too much, you can go super lightweight on this. And same shit, just the bar's placed up here. Up next, we have reverse. Is that reverse lunges? Or lunges? Shit. I think that's lunges. We'll put that in B tier. The motherfuckers will make you not want to hit the gym again. And like not being able to sit down and shit on the toilet with ease. That shit is insane. Been there, bro. Up next, you have front squats, A tier as well. It's going to be better for quad emphasis than barbell squats, but it really just depends on what you have access to. Up next to the shoulder shrugs, A tier. I fucking love this exercise, but like I said, it doesn't really account to the V taper because it builds your upper traps. But intimidation factor, fucking insane. Do that shit. Aesthetics wise, maybe once a week. We have the upright rows, also gonna be an A tier. People say you can get injured on it, blah blah blah, but I don't know. It kind of hurts my shoulders, but if it doesn't hurt your shoulders, go lightweight. That shit should be straight. Up next is the trap bar deadlifts. This shit is gonna go in fucking A tier. Like, this shit is great. All the athletes use it for a reason, because with deadlifts, you know, it takes a while to learn. You can get snapped up. With the trap bar, you're in the middle and you just pick it up and explode, you know? I actually plan on getting a trap bar very fucking soon. With time, obviously. I don't want to get a shitty one for $50. I'd rather get a quality one that's gonna fucking last me until I die. So, yeah, you're gonna see some videos on that shit soon. It's also great for farmers walks. You build your traps and your forearms. And then front fucking lunges and shit. Oh shit, that was a sumo deadlift. The sumo deadlift is going to go in B tier. It's more quad emphasis. People say it doesn't hurt their lower back as much. The deadlift is going to go in C tier. If not D tier, to be honest. Yeah, we're going to put that shit in D tier, bro. In between C and D. Up next, we had the barbell fucking hack squat. I've never really done this exercise. Unfortunately, every time I try to do it, my ass is too big to be able to do this movement properly. I don't know. I mean, if you want variation, sure. But, you know, stick to the fucking program. It's going to go in C tier. So that was actually reverse lunges. Same fucking deal. B tier. Front lunges, B tier. We have the barbell JM press. This is going to go in fucking S tier. I love this exercise. This shit is great, especially if you're at Planet Fitness on the Smith machine. You know how that shit goes. This is a great tricep exercise. Now, if you want to do it with an easy curl bar, you can do that too. I'm going to put that in A tier. Or this would be skull crushers. Skull crushers would be in A tier. Yeah, it's really a personal preference. That shit, it kind of just feels weird. But just going straight up and down like a bench press, I don't know. I feel my triceps so much. And you got to think everyone has a different anatomy, genetics. So, you know, my favorite fucking exercise, I think Frank Zane, his favorite tricep exercise was the single arm dumbbell overhead extensions, which I don't like the exercise. I prefer to do it with a fucking cable. You know, it might be different for you. The biggest thing is you don't give up like a little bitch and you keep doing it, keep going at it, and make it what you do. It don't matter. People can say, oh, that's not the most optimal way to get gains. Blah, blah, blah. Who fucking cares? Like, as long as you keep doing it and you don't give up, you're going to get fucking gains. Up next, we have the barbell overhead extension. Also S tier. This shit is amazing. We're going to move this one down. Just because. Yeah, triceps look fucking great. Triceps are, I think, 2 times bigger than your biceps. I don't know, your triceps are bigger than your biceps, right? So you still want to have some bicep development, but triceps is what really makes you fucking pop. Up next, we have the forearm curls or seated. Those are great. And another curl variation. So yeah, shoulders and back is the main fucking thing. Obviously abs too. You don't want to neglect legs or your arms. You need to train your neck too, but that's a separate video. But this is just a basic barbell V taper. Like, Josh, what should I do in the gym? This shit right here. If you're limited on time and shit, and you want to get the most aesthetic gains, or if you're new, incline bench press, OHP, some row variation, and then a little bit of hamstrings and quads. And we'll call that a day. Maybe some biceps and triceps fucking here and there. So yeah, that's it. Get the fucking gains. I hope this cleared up a lot of confusion and bullshit in the fitness industry, because you'll have a guy tell you, oh, don't do this exercise because it's not fucking optimal. What you really need to do is this, and he tells you some bullshit, but you're not aware about it, and then you don't get the gains or the shit you want. So you come back and he gets more money, more views, blah blah blah, and you are left dazed, confused, and without the gains you fucking want. So I hope this shit fucking helped with that. I love you motherfuckers. Y'all have a great fucking day and get the gains.